missing a lot of channels. Lemonade, anyone?
Oh, funny.
The first week of the George Zimmerman trial was marked by gripping testimony from two key witnesses. Rachel Gentile, friend of Trayvon Martin, who was on the phone with him shortly before he died, giving her account of the struggle between the two men, and the neighbor, John Good, who revealed that he observed Trayvon Martin on top of George Zimmerman as they were fighting. Joining us now to talk about the start to this high-profile trial, attorneys David Wohl and also Jim Shalik. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, Jim, I'll start with you.
Shannon.
Jim, who do you think had the better week here, prosecution or defense?
Prosecution. I mean, they took some shots on Friday, but overall they're building a very, very clear case that Martin was profiled. Previous calls that Zimmerman made to 9/11 indicate he was always concerned about African Americans. And then the girl on the phone says Martin is saying to her, this creepy so-and-so is following me. And then he says later, I'm being followed. He hears him say, why are you following me? And then later he says, get off, get off. It's clear Martin was profiled, he was followed, and the dispatcher told him, you don't have to do that. You just don't have to do it. And Martin called him a cracker. So let's be honest, the elephant in the room is, if Martin looked like me, or a younger version of me, we wouldn't be on this show today.
Well, David, there are some problems for, the witness, Rachel Gentile, and a lot of what she's had to say, and she's been confronted with some of her previous statements. What do you make of her testimony?
I mean, the defense has to be cheering. I mean, they couldn't get a better prosecution if they wanted one. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Rachel Gentile, an admitted liar, no question about it. She wrote a letter showing allegiance to Trayvon Martin's family, and then it turns out she didn't write the letter, but that turned out to be another one of her lies on the stand. She talked about cracker as if it was no big deal, when it's obviously a comment reflecting racial animus by Trayvon Martin toward George Zimmerman. And then you had John Good, who basically set up the whole self-defense defense. He said Trayvon Martin was on top of Zimmerman, pounding the life out of him until Zimmerman finally shot him. I mean, this is a prosecution who did one of two things. Either they didn't vet the witnesses, question them properly, and figure out what they were going to say, or they did figure that out and decided to go forward with the prosecution anyway. Any way you look at it, I'd love to have the malicious prosecution suit that is no doubt going to be filed after George Zimmerman is acquitted.
All right, Jim, in Florida, you've only got 6 jurors to convince, but you have to convince all of them beyond a reasonable doubt. Is the prosecution going to be able to do that?
Oh, yes, I think so. And you raise a good point. That concerns me very much. In Florida, only if you face the death penalty do you get 12 jurors. I don't like 6 jurors. It's too easy to acquit or to convict. 12 jurors, which most states have, if not all, I'm not sure, more dialogue, more input. I think it's fairer. I'm very concerned that there's only 6 jurors. And in Maryland, where my main office is, if you face 91 days in jail, you get 12 jurors. So I'm very concerned about just having 6 jurors.
I mean, David explained for us legally how this works. It's possible at the end of the prosecution putting on its case, the defense can actually just move, this doesn't even go to the jury. We think there's no way that you've even presented the most basic case. It could be done there. This may never go to the jury.
I mean, it's very simple. I mean, if the prosecution's case continues to go in this direction, basically proving the self-defense, George Zimmerman, well, basically they're going to make a motion at the end of the prosecution's case outside the presence of the jury and say, Your Honor, this case has not been proven by a reasonable doubt, like it has to be proven. And if the judge decides that that's the case, it's over and done with. Now, there's a problem. It's a highly politically charged case, so I don't suspect that'll happen because of that alone. But it could happen, and it does happen. I've had it happen before. If there's no proof beyond a reasonable doubt that George Zimmerman committed second-degree murder, the case should be done.
Jim, how much do you think that the makeup of the jury is going to impact how people feel about the verdict they ultimately get?
Well, there's 6 women, and I think that's great. In my experience, women are tougher. They use more common sense. They don't get distracted. I think women jurors are much better than men. But I disagree. I think the prosecution's building a good case. Let's not forget, Zimmerman had a gun, and Martin had a bag of Skittles. And, you know, if this witness, this girl on the phone,
Well,
you know,
come on now, Jim.
you know, you take your
Martin's
witnesses as...
weapon was the concrete sidewalk. That was his weapon, and he was bashing Zimmerman's head into the sidewalk. That's deadly force that can be met by deadly force in self-defense, and that's what happened.
But Zimmerman put this whole thing in motion. Why was he even following him? I mean, he put this whole thing in motion.
That was his
It's
job as a
Zimmerman's
neighborhood
fault.
watch supervisor.
All right, gentlemen.
That was his job. He was doing what he was supposed to do.
David, he wouldn't have stopped you or me. You know that.
All right, gentlemen, we got to leave it there.
I think he would have. He probably would have stopped me.
I'm going to stop you now because that's the end of this segment. We thank you both, David and Jim, for joining us, and we'll be watching as things get back underway tomorrow in Florida. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, and just a reminder, starting this Monday and also on Tuesday, our very own Greta Van Susteren will be inside the courtroom at the George Zimmerman murder trial. She's going to report live on all the very latest developments. Greta is there Monday and Tuesday. She'll be reporting live only on the Fox News channel. And if you follow her on Twitter right now, you know she's on a bit of a harrowing flight.